Hey, I'm Laura Lieben, and I'm just here with you today to try and help make this crazy time a little bit more manageable for you as you care for your loved one with Alzheimer's disease or dementia. Now, I fell into the role of a full-time caregiver when my grandma was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so I understand some of the challenges you're probably facing right now. In this video, we're going to talk about how do you explain a situation to your loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia. Now, right now we're facing the coronavirus pandemic, and it may be very overwhelming to try and take care of your loved one when you can't even really explain to them what's going on or why it's important that they wash their hands and don't touch their face and drink more water and all these things. So the quick answer to that question is you don't. You don't explain it. Now, stick around, I'm going to show you what I mean. My grandma, there was a situation I really had to explain to her. She couldn't understand why my grandpa wasn't living with her anymore. He had to be in a nursing home. And every day it was the same question. Why is David not here? We tried writing it out for her. We tried saying, you know, Grandpa has psychotic depression. He can't be here. He needs to be where and the hospital staff can care for him. And we tried explaining what psychotic depression was. And it was not getting anywhere. And the challenge was that my grandma was a very independent lady all of her life. And it just felt wrong not to fill her in with the details. But we had to learn that in this stage of her life, details were not helpful to her. In fact, they really just caused her more anxiety and more stress because she couldn't wrap her mind around it the way that she always had been able to before. So we had to learn that your job as a caregiver is not to explain things to the person you're caring for. It's to care for them. You have essentially two jobs, I think, is to care for their health, and number two is to care for their heart, so their emotional health. And you got to think about, you know, when you're trying to explain something, is it worth the toll it's going to take on their heart? And that'll really depend on what stage your loved one is in. You may want to try and explain it at first, but if it's not going over well, let it go. You need to keep the song in her heart, first of all, and it's not worth losing the song and adding stress to the situation by trying to explain details. So, if you feel the need to really explain, maybe they're asking, why can't we go into town, or why are we washing our hands so much? I would explain it, simplify it so that it's like you're talking with a 3-year-old, something that a little kid could understand and could grasp. So you may just want to say something like, there is a bad flu going around right now and the doctors say that we have to stay inside or we have to wash our hands or whatever it is. So blame the doctors, okay? I always blamed the doctor because I don't think they really mind, and it takes the burden off of myself if I can blame someone else. That way it's not you imposing on your loved one, it's not you taking control over them by saying what they can or cannot do, but it's you saying, hey, we're in this together. Now, if they fight it, if they don't just accept that as a good answer, and if they say, well, I still need to go into town, I would say don't argue with them, don't fight back and push back on that, because that's also just going to add stress and anxiety to the situation. But with my grandma, rather than saying, well, no, actually, we can't do this, and fighting with her, I would take her hands. She really responded to touch and to love, and so I'd say, hey, Grandma, I love you, and I'm looking forward to going to town with you again. We'll go soon, okay? Or if she would ask, you know, why is David not coming home? Why is he still in the nursing home? Instead of trying to explain it again, I would just take her out of hands and I'd say, hey, I love you. I know this is hard. Grandpa misses you too. Okay, we'll go visit him soon. And then distract to something else. So, hey, maybe let's give David a call, or oh, hey, why don't we go make some supper? Or, oh, hey, I found this great crossword puzzle book. So just show love and distract. And if you need to explain, simplify it like you're talking to a young child. But then again, distract to something else rather than engaging in a conversation or debate about it. Alright, my friend, thank you so much for watching this video. Was it helpful? If so, click that like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more with you very soon here. If you need a little extra inspiration, a little more spark in your heart, be sure to check out this video. I made it just for you. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below if you'd like to share your biggest takeaway from this video, or if you have a tip to share that maybe I didn't cover here, be sure to leave a comment, and then other caregivers can also learn from your experiences. Remember that what you do really truly does matter, and you are not alone.